But yeah.
Now, can we expect any new surprises or any kind of new formatting from Casting Crowns? Maybe Casting Crowns on ice.
The Christmas tour will be on ice.
Okay.
I actually have to. I can't skate, so they're just going to put me on a sleigh. Casting Crowns on ice. We're also coming out with a hip hop record. And then after that will be our bluegrass. You guys were independent band for a while. So how did you guys? What was the story between being independent and becoming a signed band? Was there?
I joined the band right at the time when the band started kind of making the transition into more of a national act. I knew the band, years beforehand. That's how we know each other. But the band was really not pursuing of any sort of label attention. I feel like as a band, we all feel that like this is
God kind of put you together.
Yeah, and my role in the band, I honestly have no clue how I'm in this band because I moved back to Indiana and then they called me 3 years later and it's like, hey, you want to be in this band? And we're talking to some people now, so it's going to be kind of interesting and it's kind of weird. So I can honestly say, like, I have no idea how I'm in this band. It totally was God. And
it's kind of hard because we have a similar story. It's just we made a CD for a youth group that was kind of a track for him. Inside was like how to get saved. Here's what our church does. Just found its way into the hands of Martin Miller from Sawyer Brown, and he wanted to start a Christian label right at that time. And it's the same thing. God put it all together. People are like, how do you break into the business? And I'm like, well, if you follow our formula, don't do anything, stay at your church, don't send out any CDs. I'm just like, hey, we don't know. God put it all together. About the Star Wars deal, I do love Star Wars, but if you take, to me, the first three were better.
The originals.
The originals were better than the new ones.
Far better.
So if you take those and stack them up against Lord of the Rings,
Uh-huh.
what would be your choice?
If I was like stuck on an island and it was either those three or those three.
Wow.
Like that kind of a decision I have to make?
Yeah, let's go that. I was just thinking which one was better, but that's even a more crucial. That's a life or death situation.
Oh, yeah. Naturally, as now, I'm inclined to Star Wars, but I think if it was long term and content, I would probably go for Lord of the Rings because there's much more like hidden angles and allegory.
Yeah, I'd say Lord
I think
of the Rings.
if I was watching Star Wars, I think I would just lose my mind and think I was
Don't be
in
surprised
space.
if you get assaulted with a lightsaber, though, later on the street.
Okay.
Some angry Star Wars person. But
I think I would accept the assault.
you're right.
I would embrace it.
And then you'd fall down. All your clothes would fall down into it.
I would disappear. Yeah.
You'd join the Force. I don't know. Become part of the Force. Favorite moments on the current tour that we're doing. One of them is we all get to pray over the audience. Everybody in the band has a specific, I don't want to say people group because it's not races that we're praying for. It's Hector will pray for young men, and Chris prays for people in ministry. And right after that is my other favorite moment because we play just a worship song. We fall down. Anytime I can step back and feel that wave of worship that's being offered up to God. To me, that's the payoff. Just knowing that something that we did has made them now connect with God, and then just pouring it out. That's when I'm most in my element, is when I get to just watch that. And I don't put my hands up and I don't close my eyes. I'm watching all that, and I get to watch that. I'm just like, God, listen to your children.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I think in watching your show, I really appreciated that moment of the show, and I'm sure everyone else does, where it's like we're not a band creating all this hype that like you become real and you actually and praying individually for specific groups. It's like what can we do for you? Like
exactly. It was a chance for everybody in the band to at the same time encourage people and share their passion with the audience. So I think it's cool stuff. But when you guys are doing stuff live, what's your goal, you think? What's your personal passion?
Personal goal is to excite the audience, not by what we are doing, but the truth that we're proclaiming. That if people are getting all excited and biting each other because they're really excited to see us. I mean, where is that ultimately gonna take them? And we are trying to provide what God has given us to instill them with knowledge and truth, that if they get excited over our concert, go home and the next day they sin, and what can provide them with the most hope and lasting truth for the rest of their year, should they never see us again, what will provide them in their life. So ultimately that is our goal collectively and individually as well. I think we're gifted individually as a band where Mike is able to speak for all of us. He's like the Dr. Seuss Lorax. He speaks for the trees.
Nice.
So, so individually, I think the band, we're so different. I think as we continue on this path, we realize how different we are, even in our preference of listening to music and the way that we carry our individual lives. We're so different, and there's times where it just smacks and we just drive each other crazy, but ultimately it's like, man, there is such thing as a body, and so telling people what we all have to say, it's kind of weird how it works out the way that it does. So
That's fantastic. That's good stuff. We've run out of time.
We've run out of time, and
We've got nothing left. That's why I got no ideas left.
I feel like I've gotten a better insight on Juan, and I hope that those watching.
Yeah, go visit
Know
the
the
websites. Tell me, so it's 10thAvenueNorth.com?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
CastingCrowns.com.
Yep, perfect.
So,
Bye.
adios.